Okay, there we go. Okay. We're good. All right, we're back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Tri Galaxy TV podcast. This is episode number 3. Um, Today we'll be covering Cyberpunk. We've got a few different topics we're going to cover.
Surprise.
We're going to cover the Cyberbug 2077 crisis. We're going to
What?
talk about the devs crunch and the pushbacks. We're going to talk about the gameplay and combat, the story. I think we've all done the prologue at this point, so we'll do a quick rundown of that, and we'll do a very early, way too early scoring for the game. We'll be video game critics for the night. So, without further ado, we'll run through the introductions here. So we've got Coco Van Dam, the man himself. He's the best League of Legends streamer right behind Tyler One. Coco, you have some words for
She
our
said behind.
viewers?
That's nuts.
Cyberpunk.
Oh, the game's
Extraordinary.
great. I love
The
it.
game's great.
Glad I
No
get to play it.
issues. Glad I get to play.
Rip everyone that can.
Rub
I'm
it
so
in.
sorry.
All right. We've got Mr. Trent J. Moore over here, the mid lane legend. Got a 1v4 quadra kill the other night.
1v4 Penta.
Yeah, 1v4 Penta. So Trent J. Moore, you got some words for our viewers?
Pretty much the same as Coco. I don't know how I can run it on the 970, but it's working out, so I'm not gonna worry about it.
Just rub it in everyone else's faces.
All right.
Hey, consoles.
Next up, we've got Mr. Vath Zero, our resident caveman. You got any words for our viewers?
Unga Bunga Smack.
Oh, nice. Can we get a translation?
That was a pretty good build.
All right, we'll move on. We got Mr. Ryoman, the one and
What's up?
only Ret Paladin.
That's right. That's right. I just want to. I'm Roman. I just want to say that Deus Ex Mankind Divide's a pretty good game.
Not wrong.
Good. All right. Last but not least, my fellow Trav, the one and only.
Trav in arms.
Except for not really, because there's two of us. Mr. Trav, how you doing tonight?
Doing all right.
It's good. Did you enjoying the game so far?
The 10 minutes of it I could play, yeah.
Nice.
What was that? The load screen?
The character creation and stepping into a car.
Oh, nice. Very nice. It's riveting gameplay.
I must say the character creation was smooth. I'll give it that.
All right.
High bar.
That's funny because day one mine crashed repeatedly after we got out of character creation. The game just kept crashing.
Yeah, the game loves to crash, huh?
No.
Yeah,
I haven't had a crash.
I mean, that's the last time it crashed for me, so.
Let me crash right now.
No.
All
Speaking
right.
of, I'm gonna go ahead and just start my new playthrough. I have 37 street cred and I'm level 20.
Oh my god.
Jeez. You're gonna start a new one? Just gonna give it up?
I'm thinking about it.
All right, so let's go ahead and dive in. Let's talk about all the bugs. So I'll go ahead and give my experience with the bugs. Day one, my computer crashed. After trying to change the visual settings, I was going fine. Tried to lower my settings because I was streaming and I was lagging, and then boom, computer dead. And then it took about 2 hours.
This is on your brand new computer, right?
This is on my brand new computer, freshly updated. It then had to re-update after the crash, so I'm not sure exactly what happened there. Other than that, I haven't had that many.
Drivers
Yeah, I had updated drivers.
before that?
No,
No, that's probably wrong.
I don't know. I don't know what happened. But other than that, I've only had minor bugs. I had a few nudity bugs. I have nudity turned off, but I walked into a bar and there was just a nice pair of breasts staring at me through some clothing.
So the only time you're going to complain about that, right?
Do what?
So that's the only time you're ever going to complain about that, right?
Yeah, probably so. But yeah, I mean, what have you guys encountered?
I've had stuff where people just weren't fighting back. It's not too often, but it's there. I fell through the map the other day. That was cool. It was the only time that happened, but literally got out of a car and just started falling, and that was it.
One thing, I don't know if it's my game or not, but like anytime I have a helmet on and I go look into a mirror, my hair is just completely gone.
That
The
is
mirrors,
yeah.
the mirrors are completely broken. Every single one I've interacted with is completely broken. Cars just randomly like just flip up into the air for no reason all the time.
I think I just saw that recently.
What else?
Oh,
Yeah, the
yeah.
AI just doesn't activate a lot of the time, for me at least. So they'll just stand there while I shoot them in the head. That's the main ones.
The
It's
hat
mostly
one bothers
visual
me a lot.
stuff.
I don't know why. I just because my character has one of those, like little man bun futuristic things, and as soon as I put on a hat, he's got like super long hair, and it's a
Yeah,
completely
they
different
painted.
color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
other than that,
Oh, also, oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say I haven't had anything game breaking except for I had to reload a save one time to complete a mission. Other than that, it's just a bunch of T-posing and interacting.
Another thing I've seen, it's not really a big deal at all, but like if you're looking at something and then you turn around so you're not facing and then turn back, it'll be a completely different person half the time. It's kind of weird.
Oh, really? I haven't seen that.
Oh yeah, I've seen videos of that with like cars and whatnot.
The only thing I've had is there's a few cutscenes, a cutscene in the beginning. You could clearly see the cop car just kind of glitch out, and then it was just, they're suddenly there. Let's see. I think last night when I was streaming, I crossed the road, and two of the same looking cars were just driving halfway through the concrete barricades and lost their door. I was just streaming and I was looking at it and I was like, what?
Yeah.
But I don't think I've had any. Let's see, have I had any like Trent, I had to reload. I equipped a sniper rifle, couldn't use it,
Oh,
had
yeah.
to reload, and then I was able to use it.
That was so weird. Like you were just trying to fire and aiming and everything and couldn't shoot, and the
Yeah.
only way to fix it was to reload.
It wouldn't charge. I was like,
That's weird.
okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
another weird bug I've had is I'll be in combat and it won't flag me as out of combat, so I can't save the game or like leave certain buildings or anything.
Hard
It's
mode.
pretty weird.
Yeah. I think it's funny because I was trying to put our post on Twitter about the podcast, and the first thing that pops up when you try to hashtag Cyberpunk, when you do hashtag Cyberbug, it's hashtag Cyberbug 2077 is the first thing that pops up over hashtag Cyberpunk 2077. So
Of course.
most more people are talking about Cyberbug 2077 than Cyberpunk. So I thought that was pretty interesting.
Is Cyberbug what they're using to refer to all the issues?
Yeah.
Or is that something else completely? Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
no, that's the
of course
hashtag people are
would,
using.
Hey,
Of
at
course
least
they
it's
would.
Yeah,
less.
that's definitely coming from not just the people that are playing it, but for sure the people who wanted it to fail in the first place.
Yeah,
So I feel
of
like
course everyone's gonna be
regardless,
more
because
vocal.
of the like hype of it, like it was gonna get pretty much like flayed under the microscope regardless. But yeah, it definitely still is an issue though.
Yeah. I mean, other than that, I don't think there's too many like game breaking bugs. I saw they released a statement. I think there was a lot of game breaking bugs the first day, but like I think like the day one patch fixed all of those as far as like not being able to finish the game and as far as the quests go. Um, so I think now it's mostly visual. And they said today in their post, I think the next patch will be in January, early January, to address most of the visual stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I've been in all the games that I've played that have come out that usually have bugs. I've always been lucky, and had very, very minimum to no bugs.
Yeah.
Mass Effect
Same.
Andromeda didn't see any of those issues that that everyone
Really?
was
I had a
posting.
bunch of bugs in Andromeda.
Oh yeah, there was a bunch, and I played it on release. So
Did you
Wow.
play
I
Fallout
didn't.
76?
No,
Oh,
no,
okay.
ain't that dumb.
All right, so I guess we can go ahead and move on to the devs crunch. So did you guys see the article where basically CD Projekt Red originally came out and said, "Hey, we're not gonna make mandatory crunch time. Um, if you want to do overtime, you can." But then later went back on that closer to release and said, "Hey, you've got to do like 6-day weeks."
Well, I mean, it. I didn't read the article, but like most companies usually have a crunch time. The interesting thing is if there's that huge article again with Andromeda, because that's one of the most talked about when it came out because it was super hyped and promised everything for a big trilogy or a big series. And eventually an entire article got released by I think someone that was worked on the game, and whole interview ran down like how poorly developed and mismanaged the development process was. So it'd be interesting to see if there was a article like that, if it was just poor mismanagement and they, the development process didn't get started until later. And then they're like, oh crap, we have a hard, well, they didn't have a hard deadline because they pushed it back. So
Yeah, I mean,
Did
maybe
you
they
see
were.
the rumors that they had? I don't know if I've already said this, but that they had loans or investments from a Polish company, and apparently
Yeah, I
the
heard about that.
the thing was that if they didn't have the game out by 2020, that they would have to start paying like hefty, what is it?
Yeah.
I think
Like
someone
hefty
posted that.
fines, basically on it.
Someone posted
Wasn't
that.
it from the Polish government itself?
I'm not sure.
I don't think it's from the government. I think it was I think I read the same article. I think it was one of like a bank, Polish institution of some sort. But yeah, I mean, I read that as well. So, I mean, that's probably very likely. I mean, from what I saw, their budget or the money they spent was 314 million, which puts it, I think, at the most expensive budget for a game so far. Um, so
Pretty
you
sure
could,
they made all that back on day one, didn't
yeah,
they?
no, they did. They
Yeah.
made all their money back for development cost and marketing just from pre-orders. They had 8 million pre-orders for the game.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's
That's
ridiculous.
ridiculous.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, I think probably the pressure from, you know, the loans is probably a big factor in it. But my biggest thing is like, I mean, they knew COVID hit,
Killer.
right? I think they should have set more realistic expectations for both the consumers and their developers. And maybe even
I,
with like the institution that gave them the loan, like COVID just screwed everything up, man. I mean, it pushed
You don't
everything
mess
back.
with people's money.
Oh yeah, but you know,
so I have a kind of a simile to that, but I don't know if you guys know who Tool the band is.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it took them, I don't know, 10 or 11 years to release their most recent album. And they're this, prestigious metal rock band. So the entire time that it kept getting hyped and hyped and hyped and hyped, as soon as that album came out, if it ever did, and it has now, it is not ever going to be anywhere near as good as
It's the hype.
as the hype. And I really think that even
That's
if this game would have come out like less buggy and running well on most of the systems, that people still would have complained.
Oh yeah.
Um,
I th-
I agree with you. I think my problem with that is
they
it's not
advertised
up
it
to
for.
it's not up to quality compared to their past games even. Like
Yeah,
That's a good
that
point.
disregarding even their own hype, it's not up to quality of, say, their previous game.
And that's mainly
Wait, are you
because
talking
it
about The
doesn't.
Witcher?
Yeah,
Didn't
Yeah,
The Witcher have a
3
bunch of
specifically.
problems
It
too?
did. It did.
I didn't play it, but that's what I heard. Like,
Oh,
had a
I'm not
bunch of
talking
the-
about technically. I just mean like in terms of quality.
wait,
I
what?
think
What do you
I
mean
think
by that?
the big issue is that it was advertised for last gen consoles, and last gen
Yeah.
consoles can't even actually
Yeah,
run
it's
it.
15 FPS.
So
I'm glad they made a statement today because I was reading some stuff from Reddit yesterday where people were getting refunds from PS4
Mhm.
versions of the game and Xbox One
PS4 and 5 and 5.
and 5. So
Mhm.
yeah, I saw that yesterday, but there was like nothing official. It was just like Reddit posts. But I mean that's a pretty big failure. I mean you should have like
PC Master Race.
I mean yeah, but they should have like said, hey, this is what the game's gonna look like on these old gen consoles, instead of just saying,
Well,
Well, see,
that-
the thing is, man, you look at how GTA 5 runs and GTA 5 Online. That runs okay on consoles. I know, but that's because it was created, for that
it was
gen.
created like 6 years ago.
Right, but the fact that those can run
Oh,
decently, it sucks that
3 consoles, 1 game.
it sucks that this game is running so terribly on all those on all those
Yeah,
consoles.
it's kind of
Like, it's not even an issue of fidelity. It's the game doesn't run at playable frame rates. Like
yeah.
this game shouldn't have been certified on those consoles. That's how bad it is, in my opinion.
I think I saw something where they weren't even it's probably why they didn't let
People
I
review it.
guess people review
oh
it or
yeah,
get
they're
like dev kits or
blocking
whatever,
console reviews
stuff
or
like
whatever.
that,
Yeah.
because they
But I thought that
know.
was before. That was because it was the unfinished product.
I mean, you could still say it's not finished because it's not
Yeah.
optimized, which is
'Cause-
kind of strange.
Well, it wasn't the release, like
Uh,
the planned release
Like a
product.
preview copy or something.
Yeah,
yeah,
it was essentially a demo at that point.
Yeah, so the post they made today is saying that they have 2 large patches, one in January and the second one in February. And those are gonna fix most of the problems for the last gen consoles, but you're waiting 3 months to like have the
And
game be
people have
playable.
paid $60 now. They can't.
Yeah.
They don't have
Yeah.
a game to play.
Yeah, and like their post says like, hey, hang in there if you can, but we understand if you need a refund, so you can get a refund. But like, I mean, you shipped a game with like no indication that it was gonna be complete shit on these old gen consoles, and you're asking people to like hang on for 3 months after they paid $60 to play a game and they can't. So
I mean, hey, I could still play Anthem, and that was a disaster. But you could at least play Anthem on all the consoles and whatnot.
Like, we can laugh at people who are playing games on a base PS4 or whatever, but at the end of the day, like, this is some messed up stuff.
I
You know.
mean, it was announced 7 years ago. It was should have been meant for the last gen consoles.
My favorite part is in the statement that they released to all the refunds and talking about Xbox and PS4 is this one right here where it says we should have paid more attention to making it play better on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One.
You think?
Yeah,
When they that's kind of like a slap in the face, right?
that's
If you own
almost
this
makes me
console.
think that they just like didn't even fucking think about the old gen consoles at all. They're like, yeah, just release it on
No.
those two. I mean,
The
fuck
thing
it.
is, they have a custom PS4. A Cyberpunk PS4 that came out, and
Oh,
they
do they
didn't care
really?
about that version of the game at all. Yes,
Oh
it's
man.
ridiculous.
That is actually funny.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if you spent $400 on that PS4 with a copy of the game and you put it in and it's like 10 FPS driving
Hey,
down the
I'm a-
street?
If you
I'm a
spent
really-
$400 on a PS4, you deserve it.
No,
I mean, true.
Oh god.
It's just the console in general, you should say.
Well, that one for sure, but yeah.
The funny thing is I hear it's running pretty well on like Stadia. something like that.
Oh
the
yeah,
Google
I think I
Stadia.
Oh,
saw
really?
something about that.
Yeah.
It's like Stadia
Yeah.
can't somehow Reddit.
Yeah. So I mean, I think going back to like the realistic expectations things, I think they just failed that in general with the launch.
hmm
I mean, honestly, they probably should have pushed it back another month if they had that many problems day
I
one.
mean, if you've got a hard deadline from a government, there's no pushing that back. That's like
I
with
mean,
Or a financial backer in general.
with Anthem, that EA gave them a hard cutoff, and they had to meet it. They had to be on their Q4 or whatever. They had to have that out, or else they were going to be in big trouble. So,
Could have been
I
worse.
mean,
The game could be made by 2K.
true.
true,
But I
true.
think,
But
I mean, if you've already made all of your money back from pre-orders, I mean, you have 8 million pre-orders. Like, that
There,
already makes you the most successful game out there. Just from pre-orders. I mean, I think you could have talked them into one more month.
I think,
no,
I still,
They don't care. Investors
I
don't
think
care
they're
about
still
that
gonna
stuff. They just
fix
want
it
their
though.
money
That's the
back.
thing. Like, that's
Yeah.
why I'm not too worried about it, even if it like I was having those issues because we've seen it recently with other games like Destiny and Battlefront 2 and like games come out and like not do well or be poorly received and they fix their issues. Like even Fallout 76, as much as a meme it is,
yeah,
did the
they
same
No
finally.
thing.
Man's Sky is a good example.
Yeah, that one too. Yeah,
No
I
Man's
couldn't
Sky is
remember that
probably
one, but
the
yeah,
best
It's
example.
a really good game now.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I have full faith in that they'll fix it. But
Considering how
um,
much was promised in that one, and
so
then they
I don't know if you guys saw this about like the bonus structure for the devs. Like originally, CD Projekt
it was
Red
off
basically
of you,
said,
wasn't it?
yeah, it's based on your review. So like if the game didn't do good, basically they weren't gonna bonus. And like of course the ratings have fucking bombed with everything going on. Um, but they came back and said, hey, you guys worked your asses off. We're gonna give you a full bonus no matter what. So at
Yeah,
least they, yeah, kind of went back on that. Um, and took care of their devs. Because I mean, especially if you make a mandatory crunch after going back and saying, "Hey, we're not gonna do it," and
A
then
big
you
part
don't.
of that too is the crunch thing. They would gotten backlash regardless if they had crunch like from the start because Rockstar had to go through the same thing. And I'm pretty sure that's like why they came out and said that in the first place. But they more than likely highly underestimated like how hard it would be to get the game where they wanted it to be,
and
like
then
during quarantine and stuff like
yeah,
that.
I was gonna say during quarantine, you add that onto it, and it's like, well,
And
good
like
luck.
some people are
I'm
like,
not.
"Oh, it's kind of like everyone's using it as an excuse or whatever." Like it's a pretty good excuse. You're trying to make a game during a pandemic and you
They're
can't.
trying to finish it
Like
up,
you,
and
you can't. There's no office hours. Like you can't really do what you would usually do.
guarantee that's probably why they had to have crunch hours.
Yeah, like they were playing essentially like from the beginning they were playing catch up.
Yeah, I
That's why I'd
think
really like.
I read where when COVID hit, they sent out like 700 and something like workstations to their employees.
hmm
I mean that's pretty cool. But you have to think that's like imagine having to get all those workstations out to your employees and then like getting all the software you got to get for the game, and then of course
Yeah,
coordinating like you
you
know,
can't like instantly communicate. You can't just walk over to the next door down and
and I'm sure
actually
like if you work on, let's say you're working on some framework of the game, and then um
you have to send it and be like,
right,
here, test this.
yeah,
I
like
don't know if anyone's like ordered something during this time, but like shipping has been terrible. Like I know you guys might
yeah,
know from work. Like
oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
we've had
such
brands like
history.
Adidas and Nike push stuff back. Like they push whole shoe launches back months because of COVID. Just knowing that they weren't going to be able to do what they could have done and
that's why I would really like. I mean, it's probably not going to happen, but I read that entire article that was released about the Anthem development process and what went wrong with it.
Hmm.
Like it would be really interesting to see with Cyberpunk, just to see how long, like the planning, how many years it took the planning, how many years it took for the development, and then like however many months or like years it took to get towards like the final bit. Because Anthem's was, they didn't have a plan for like the last 14 months or something like that, and then they had to rush it to get it all together or something. I forget, but surely Cyberpunk was. I mean, Cyberpunk definitely had to be further along than that. So I think probably, I mean, COVID and quarantine definitely didn't help, and I mean, definitely contributed to it, but I don't know how you fail to get it to work on consoles, because even the new gen consoles are struggling with it. I'm pretty sure. I think Xbox has the best chance of running it well.
They should, because they have much better hardware.
There's not optimized versions for the new consoles out yet. Like the PS5 version isn't even out.
Oh, really?
Are they not out yet?
Yeah,
Oh,
so-
I think I did see that.
So
Oh, so
the
they're just
PS5's
turning it
running the
ahead.
PS4 version of the game. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
it's just
I
throwing
didn't
more
know that.
horsepower to the PS4 version of the game.
Yeah.
Oh,
Damn.
okay. So they're just returning. Well, that explains that then.
I mean,
I
like,
think what it was, what we were talking about earlier, like midway through, they started working on the next gen versions of the game. So I think that might have affected the current gen versions.
yeah, I honestly think that fucking the old gen got scrapped like midway through or something. Like the fact that they didn't even like think about releasing footage or like think about improving those at all is just mind-boggling to me.
Well, that's why I'm curious as to how far along in the development process were they, to where before COVID hit and quarantine, to then wonder like how much did they actually have to do in quarantine, and how much that uh hindered their ability to focus on the old consoles.
Hmm.
Because if they're still having to piece the game together and whatnot and finish it, then depending on how long that itself takes, or if you had to like redo an entire bit of your system or planning, that could take months. It just depends. So an article would be cool just to see, but
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of more
I
articles are
doubt
going
it.
to come out, especially once the devs like get a chance to breathe.
I mean,
I'm sure they'll like sit down
specific
for interviews and
interviews
stuff.
from people that
Yeah.
worked on the game and like the development process.
Yeah.
I don't know if we'd get that like we did with Anthem, because that was kind of a
Who knows? Maybe we'll get them on the Tri Galaxy podcast.
oh god,
Heyo.
that'd be funny.
That would be
Did you
funny.
turn your camera off, Trent?
Yeah, I had to
Oh,
go talk
just
to my
making sure.
fiance.
All right, so I say we go ahead and move into what we think about the gameplay and the combat so far. Maybe some of our favorite, you know, builds,
Okay,
guns,
my biggest
things like
gripe,
that.
my biggest gripe so far is the at least with keyboard, is double tapping to dodge.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember you talking about that.
I've gotten caught in so many cell sections because I've accidentally dodged. It's
Yeah.
and you can't remap it at all. It's incredibly
Nope.
annoying.
You can't remap it. There's not a walk button. There's
Play with a
not.
controller.
Yeah, I mean, you might just have to.
Well,
That's
no,
what
I'm not
I
playing
figured.
an FPS with a controller
Why not, man?
They got it. They got aim assist.
because I have a
Can't aim.
mouse.
Yeah, you got aim assist. You
Well,
saw
they
how
have
good
those
that
smart
is.
weapons, right? You don't even have to aim
Yeah.
at them.
That's true.
Exactly. You just gotta get them in the little box, and that's it.
Yeah, that's playing last night. It's like I'm just trying to edge up to the side of a building, and I'm trying to like do it. I double tap forward and jump off the building. I'm like, oh great, okay, thanks. But yeah, that's probably like my biggest gripe, is because there's not a walk option. There's not an option to turn dodge off, the dodge thing off, there's not an option to remap it, because you could like Shift A or Shift D, something like that to dodge, Control whatever combo to like dodge. Instead, you double tap, and it's good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, again, just play the controller.
I think I'm probably gonna play with the controller because
Off rip, that's what I did. I was like, I'm playing this with the controller. Like,
yeah, it just seems a little clunky with the keyboard, to be honest.
I haven't played Dying Light, but just
that game
from
was so good.
from looking at it, it really feels like it's Dying Light. It
What?
looks like it.
Cyberpunk?
The Cyberpunk looks like it kind of moves like Dying Light, or at least the character.
I played a lot
Like-
of Dying Light. It's kind of similar. I can understand that, especially since it's an FPS
Yeah,
or FPS RPG FPS.
just from watching it, it just feels like that's how the character moves, like the character in Dying Light does.
Another
Just
company
a
that
lot more
broke my heart
spike.
this year.
Yeah.
Who's that?
I'm gonna backtrack a little bit. But they definitely overhyped the character customization stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, it wasn't that impressive.
Yeah, it wasn't.
It really
Like
was.
being able to give myself a huge wiener, nice and all, but I would have really liked, especially deal with this with every game I play. Being a black person and trying to give myself cool hairstyles for
Jesus.
black people, and it's like, you
The
give me
typical
2
hairstyle.
forms of dreads,
Yeah, I was gonna say,
bald,
the
a
typical
baldy,
one.
and a fade, and that's it. Like, and we're dead after that. There's no flat tops, nothing like that. This game isn't it supposed to be like based off of like it's a futuristic version of the '80s,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you have none of the iconic like hairstyles
I mean,
for
hey, to
black
be fair,
people, and it's like it's tilting.
maybe they couldn't finish the rest of the character creation because they
No, they have 4
couldn't get
different
the
man
hair.
buns, but I got like
It turned
4
into
full
long, flowing
hairstyles for this.
locks.
Not even an afro in this game, and that's like the
Yeah.
easiest one to do.
Dang, I think
Like,
WoW might have better customizations now, and that's pretty
Well,
sad.
they might now. Prior, no.
Hey, yeah, I was gonna say. I don't remember theirs being that bad. Didn't they have a flat top in one of those
Yeah,
old
they do.
WoWs?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Makes me wonder if they just had to scrap some of the character customizations as well.
I was gonna say I'm not giving them that much leeway though. That's tilting.
Yeah, because it was pretty
'Cause-
hyped. Like that was a big part of their
Yeah,
marketing.
I was
was
being
the
pretty. I've
customizations.
definitely been pretty lenient on some of the stuff because of COVID and all that. One of that being, I won't give them a pass on that though. Like,
Yeah,
'cause-
Earthsign in chat was disappointed as well. It was just
Yeah. Like right off the bat, when I was making my character, I'm like, these are my options.
yeah, like
yeah.
I'm
Could-
like, oh.
like
mean-
you guys know, like when I play RPGs and stuff, like I spend like Connor was talking about earlier. I spend so much time like with my character and all that, like building my character.
And you won't see
And
them
I'll
in this-
and I'll restart and all that, and like there was literally nothing. Like essentially, I got through character
easily-
creation in like
no
10,
time.
15 minutes or something,
Mm-hmm.
and the rest of the time
Mhm.
was me trying to get on the game.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
Like,
when I play these kind of games where it has like a supposed to have, at least it's supposed to have an in-depth like character creation, it's like I spend so much time on the character creation, easily a few hours on character creation, and then I'll get into the game. I'm like, you know what? I like the other look. Let me go back.
Yeah.
Yep.
yeah,
This one I was just like, okay, I have this generic.
Shoutouts to
look.
Code Vein.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
can
I
anyone? Does
It's
anyone
the best
even
part
know?
about that
it-
game,
3
unfortunately.
or 4 hours on character creation on that.
Does
game.
anyone know if you can even change your like hairstyle the way you look?
I don't
Nope.
think so.
I
Because
don't.
I was looking up if you could customize cars, and I saw that they scrapped that in development.
There's no
And
bar
Oh,
in the future.
that's
yeah,
what I'm
and
There were
Yeah.
other things they had
Wow.
scrapped too. I know, like with Mantis Blaze, they had a thing where you could crawl on walls with them.
Interesting.
And that was something I was like super hyped for. I'm pretty sure there was at one point a monowire attack where you could like connect it to an enemy. I believe I saw that in a trailer or preview. Maybe I'm misremembering, but I knew they
Yeah.
scrapped certain things in development.
I even went to the mirror in your like bedroom just to see if you could do it there, but no,
Yeah.
you can't. And your clothes mysteriously disappear there when you're looking at the mirror. It was funny. My clothes disappeared, and I was still wearing my vest, my like,
Yeah.
fleece vest. Or I was like, wait, what? It's like, well, okay, yeah. So once you pick, like, my character's like generic. It's like there's not many options. I would just go with one that I
Even
think
like
is okay.
I messed around with the Final Fantasy MMO, and I would
It's
spend
sweaty.
hours
Yes.
doing that, messing
Yeah.
around with different characters. And like I created so many different ones. Like even
Easily
down,
triple.
there was like 9 different voices per gender.
Mhm.
I was like, oh my god, well,
There's
what
what,
voice do I want? Oh, this
2?
one sounds cooler
One?
this one sounds cooler in combat, but that one sounds cooler talking. And then I got into this one, and it was like
Yeah.
masculine, feminine.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed in that too. I was like, why would I mean, you only
They
have two
have what, 2
options.
voices, right?
Yeah,
Male
you
Yeah.
have
and
two
female.
options. Yeah.
Well, I guess that one's maybe a little bit more understandable because you actually have the character talking.
Yeah, that's true. They do have the character talking through the entire
And so
story.
unless you're gonna pay
True, true.
multiple voice actors to come in
Yeah.
and record the entire, like,
I've,
no telling how many dialogues
Well,
for
they
this.
did
Yeah.
also have it in like 10 different languages too. So
Yeah, there's
I've
that.
noticed
So
I've noticed that a lot of games that have like different voice options, like Code Vein, and I played God Eater that has a lot of it. It's not full voice acting.
sounds.
It never is. It's usually just grunt, like if you get hit or something like that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty much what it is. The same way with Final Fantasy 14. It's just sounds is what they pay someone to
Yeah.
come in and make different sounds, different pitch sounds.
All right, we're just gonna hit you with this stick and record whatever you make, and that's gonna be your character.
yeah.
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 So what have you guys enjoyed about the combat so far? Or what have you disliked so far?
Please tell me what it. Let me live vicariously through one of you. I have not made it that far.
I'm doing the thing that I like to do in Payday 2 when Travis and I played that a lot, and that is like be kind of sneaky with a silenced pistol and knife.
Yeah.
I'm pretty this kind of circles back to bugs. Sometimes it seems like people can see through walls for a second and start spotting you, and then sometimes that gets into they can see a dead body if you don't put it up, even though there's a wall in between them. And then the other thing that I hate that you have to equip a knife every time you throw one.
Yeah, I'm not a
Because
huge fan. That you
that
can't
sucks,
pick up the
man.
knife
You
from like the body you kill.
can.
Like
You can.
I have not been able to. So
I haven't been able to
I
either.
tried
So,
3 times.
Maybe he
Yeah.
dropped that. Maybe he was using a knife and dropped it.
I don't know. It could be a
I've
bug.
been, I was gonna say I've been throwing the knives, like,
Mhm.
because I think I talked to Trent about like how they worked,
Were
because
they one-shot
Mhm.
kills?
yeah, like
Yeah.
Maybe he
most
was,
of the time.
because I picked up the first time I threw it. I killed the dude and walked over there, and there was a knife laying on the ground. So maybe he was just using a knife.
I don't know.
Apparently they're pretty frequent, like they're easy to find. So
I'm just gonna
I
have
have like 30 of them on me at a time.
yeah, my inventory's full, and there's no hotkey to re-equip them. So
Yeah,
you have to
I haven't
new
used a knife, so you have
inventory.
to re-equip it every time you throw one.
Yeah,
Yes.
because you have 3 weapon slots, so you have to put it in the weapon slot,
You
throw
have
it,
to
and then
go into
reslot
your
it.
inventory.
That's stupid.
They should just make it like anything that's throwable, make it work like grenades, where
Yeah.
it's a stack of them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
agree.
think they need to make like a quick equip like mapping or
Yeah.
something,
Although
because
I haven't. I
yeah,
wonder
what?
if you could customize it on the on that little customization wheel or the weapon.
Oh,
wheel.
on the like alt wheel or something.
Yeah, I
I mean,
haven't
that's a possibility that
about
we just
that.
all don't know how to do it.
That's true. There's
I
a
haven't tried it.
lot of runs
Because there's a lot of stuff people did not know, like how certain things worked going into it. Because
Yeah.
people are like misbuilding a lot.
Oh yeah,
I
my
mean, I
build's
know I
screwed.
did.
I need to
Yeah.
I
restart.
don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm just
My-
putting points in what sounds cool.
Yeah, my build is so scuffed.
Let me see. So I have 3 body, 5 reflexes, 3 tech ability, 6 intelligence, 11 cool.
Something I noticed is you still level up decently quickly. So like
Yeah.
certain things you don't need to level up at first. Like I would say honestly stealth and intelligence you didn't really need to.
No, because
Um
unless you find some good stealth weapons, it's
yeah. But people weren't doing technical really.
I wasn't. Probably
I
never
did
will.
it first, but really it's only useful in like conversation. Not really, actually, not even conversation, but opening doors, and that's about it.
Yeah, I
Like
wondered how
that's
you
literally
open
it.
locked doors, and then
Yeah,
I
I
saw
don't
that.
remember what the stat is, but I made my character like mostly around hacking and stuff.
Yeah,
And
intelligence.
and the quick hacks aren't interesting or fun to use, in my opinion, at all.
How many do
I
you? Which ones do you have? Because I've had some really fun ones.
Like the
I'm-
most useful one is ping, which just shows you where everyone is. There's other
Yeah.
ones where you can like make
I
it so people
think
can't see
might
for a
just not
bit.
have
Yeah.
There's
enough yet.
one where you can upload a virus to them, but it does
Contagion.
no damage at all. Yeah.
Yeah. See, no, I was gonna say this. You might just not have it spec that well then, because I've seen people use contagion and it be like doing like 3k damage and like literally killing a whole room of people.
Really?
Interesting.
That's what I'm restarting now and doing because it's what I originally wanted to do. Didn't
You
do
have
it
tech with
correctly,
it.
and then now I'm having to go back and do it
Yeah,
because if you go through the cool, also, I don't know. Actually, does contagion apply poison?
I don't know. I don't even know about that ability, but
Yeah, if it does, then it works that way. But the quick hacking thing, you just have to do it a certain way for it to like maximize your damage.
yeah, half the time I don't even I forget that I'm supposed to be a stealth character, and I just end up shooting people
Yeah,
anyway.
I've literally,
because-
I'm the one that I most recently started. I honestly just been running around with mantis blades and dismembering everyone in the room, and that's it. That's it.
yeah.
I've been trying my best to stay stealthy. It takes a long time to do the same mission
It's
as if you just
just,
ran in.
it's
But
just
I mean,
so fun to just run in with your mantis blade and kill everyone.
right. There was one time I was doing a side mission or something, and I was trying to sneak it, and there was a guard up on the very top, and he was looking right at another guard that I needed to take out to get in the window, and I felt so galaxy brain because I was like, wait, I can quick hack this guy, blind him, take out this guy while he's blind, and drag him out of view, and it worked. And I was like,
Yeah.
holy shit, I have
Yeah.
I
mega
would
right now.
say that's one of my favorite things about this game is that the stealth stuff, it actually does make you think about it.
Right.
Because you can't
Yeah.
just like, it's not like Assassin's Creed where I can like walk in like halfway blind and just use an ability to kill two people.
Wait,
And
so you're
then
telling me this isn't like Skyrim where I can shoot a guy and then just hide in the corner and they'll say,
definitely
"Let's
not,
just
because
spin
they
the wind."
will they
Yeah.
will fucking
I
hawk
tr-
you down.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I tried to play stealthy.
Spin
It's
the
just not
wind.
for me, man.
It's
I
one of
don't
the
have the
things
patience.
I didn't like though is that after I thought about it, it didn't matter as much. I wasn't like upset about it. But I was like, okay, like one person saw me. Why do they all know where I'm at?
Yeah.
And then I remembered a lot of the times all of the enemies are connected to a network.
Yeah.
So they
Yeah.
can know where you're at.
You can kind of make it make sense through that.
Yeah. And I was like, why do they know where I'm at? No one else saw me. Or like if a camera spotted me and I was like, okay, I get it, never mind.
I think one of the combat issues I have kind of had or noticed, and I can't really tell if they're glitching through stuff, but they'll be like ducked behind cover and they'll be blind firing. and their blind fire is pretty accurate. But it looks like they shouldn't be able to be shooting you because they're not actually around the
Yeah, I think
target,
I've seen that too.
Mhm.
the like wall or whatever they're hiding behind. It feels like they're shooting you through it somehow, and it's like, well, I can't shoot back because I can't even hit them.
Yeah, I was gonna say I know certain weapons can go through like cover, but
Oh yeah, yeah. But they're clearly like sticking their arm out with
Yeah.
whatever gun, shooting around it, but it looks like it should be shooting into the wall. It's like, well, okay, I guess. It's like, I suppose whatever. I actually I was on top of last night. I was on top of a roof, and I had to climb up there, like jumping, and enemies were just appearing behind me. Like I was trying to shoot someone else, like on the ground level, and I just happened to whip around, and a dude with a big old minigun just suddenly there, and another dude charging me with his fists, and I was just like, "How did you two get up here?"
yeah.
just
Speaking
kinda
of that
whipped.
kind of, have y'all committed like crimes and stuff in the open world
Yes.
and had the cops literally just like spawn in right directly on top of you out of
No.
nowhere?
I haven't
I
done it, but
had
I've seen a lot of clips and videos.
I don't know if it's intentional, but
Not
yeah, they
spawned
just
on
like
top of me, but yeah, you get
they
clapped.
just warp
immediately,
in
almost.
instantly. It makes no sense at all.
At least
the
at
one
lower level, if you have like you get 4 stars, you're dead.
Yeah,
I had
I've seen clips of where like this guy's on top of a building and there's a shit ton of cops just on the street below him. Then he
and they
shot
all warp
one,
up there.
and then they warp instantly to the top of the building and
Yeah,
like
I'm
take him
like,
out.
is this Star Wars? What the hell? How the hell?
Uh,
I was always behind you.
I haven't committed a crime yet, but I have been doing side missions, and I'll be killing the bad guys, and
yeah,
it'll tell me that I'm
you're
doing
committing
illegal
a crime.
activities.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I'll just be running through a back alley, and there'll be like a tiger, whatever group guy, and I'll be like,
Tiger Claw.
okay, yeah, I'm a kill him, and then I think a civilian got mad and had a gun or something. I think.
I've not
But
seen any
because
civilians with guns or anything like
well,
that.
see, that's what I was confused by because he was clearly on the alert.
Hmm.
And so I was like, okay, this has got to be another bad guy. And so I shot him, and then it was instantly like 2 stars. And I was like, wait, what? What about what? It said, oh, you did an illegal activity. I was like, what do you, what? He was looking for me with a gun drawn. And then so I just ran and hid behind some dumpsters until the one level went away. But yeah, I don't know. That was I've had some. Yeah, it's like, oh, you're doing an illegal activity. It's like these are wanted criminals. I don't know what's what's happening here.
Yeah, I was gonna say in the NCPD literally has bounties on criminals.
Uh-huh.
Isn't
by
it
the
kind
way-
of weird that like helping the cops out gives you street cred? Isn't that kind of weird?
Yeah, that's kind of strange.
Cops are a gang too.
Yeah, literally.
True.
Also
by the
because
way-
there are like bounty hunters are more common in this time.
I have a
Think
question.
about that.
How do you? Because you can get the reward for killing or having them alive, right?
Hmm.
How do
Certain
you?
missions, yeah.
Oh, okay, is it just within certain missions? I thought it was just
Yeah.
like in general. You
Are
could,
there
like,
even non-lethal options in this game?
Yes.
yeah, you just
Yes.
sneak up
Yeah.
behind
I
someone.
haven't
grapple
seen
them, and-
any.
can-
No,
you
also
can, like, knock 'em out.
there's
There are
attachments.
mods,
There's also
yeah.
mods for it, yeah. There's also like the wrist launcher thing they have. I've not used it yet, but there's literally a mod for it where it could be a non-lethal projectile.
I don't think it's viable to play this game non-lethally, though, is it? Like, it'd be.
Oh, you definitely can. Certain missions,
See,
yeah.
That's why I was curious
Yeah.
because
Maybe not every one, but well, actually,
Yeah.
that's not true because the mods on the guns like it'll do this. What it does the same damage. I'm pretty sure, but it just doesn't kill the person.
Yeah, but like all the guns and stuff you get early on are lethal. So
Yeah.
would you
Well,
just punch people?
This is another thing I was gonna bring up. I think a lot of people didn't explore like their options when it came to buying things.
Yeah, because I was like, man, I
No
really need a
one was really
silencer.
going to stores or anything.
Terrence was like,
That's what I heard
buy
so
one.
many times. Like, oh, well, like I really wish I had a silencer, or I want this, and it's like apparently there are people that didn't even know you could go to a Ripper to do the upgrades for cyberware. Like they straight up thought they should be able to do it themselves or something. It's like I don't know what was going on there, but yeah, like
I mean, I could see where they're coming from. I mean, if you haven't researched the game a lot, I mean, I could see where you wouldn't know that.
Well, the game doesn't tell you most of the stuff
Yeah.
is the problem.
Yeah.
it does at the start.
I mean, it mentions it briefly.
You literally go to a
There's like
Ripper
a
dock.
there's like a text that
Like-
says.
Oh,
like,
not
yeah,
not,
very
not
early
that
in the
example.
game.
Yeah, the Ripper Dog stuff is understandable. Yeah, I just meant the non-lethal. stuff.
Yeah, like going to the store and stuff. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's different in other people's playthroughs though. Like I've only done Corpo. I haven't done anything else.
I'm doing street rat or whatever it is.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
street kid. That's what I am too.
That's what I was just curious. That's why I was curious because I remember I recall it saying you can do this lethal or non-lethal
Mhm.
for like people that had bounties. Or were
Yeah,
wanting.
I wasn't even paying attention when I did it, and I straight up murdered somebody I was supposed to take in.
And so I was
Man.
wondering if you could just do that with anyone or if it
Mhm.
had to specifically be within a mission because I was
Like, there's no like trank guns or anything like that, like there would be in a Deus Ex game.
because I was standing last night. I was talking. Trent was listening, and I was like, huh? How do
Oh,
you turn someone in if you've knocked them out? Is there somewhere to go just drop the body off? And be
I was
like,
gonna say
"Here's that?"
some of the missions, if it says like you can do it non-lethal, they usually give you an option to where like they give you a car, like the fixer sends a car.
Uh,
Because I've done it I did a couple of those.
yeah, this was just in a back alley with some random bad guys that had like 2 or 3 star whatever. And I was
Yeah.
like, well, I had the guy in my clutches, and I was like, I was backing up the stairs and didn't know there was another guard up there, so I just killed them both. Well, okay.
So,
Ooh.
along the gameplay lines, there's one thing that just super tilted me, which was the heist, like the hour-long like
I'm not on the
dialogue.
button yet.
Yeah.
See,
I mean, you can skip it.
You can hit C, but you still got to go through each dialogue line and hit C.
No, you don't. There's an option to go like to skip all of it.
Where? Where's
you
the
have it
option?
probably
It's in
selected to skip.
it's in the options.
You
I
probably
mean,
have
the
an option.
storytelling's
the
the best
settings.
part of the game. Why would you skip it though?
Yeah.
Travis.
Okay, look, my
I mean,
complaint about it is
given me, I have restarted now 4 times. I'm literally playing my new one right now. So, but yeah, I get what you're
There's an option
saying.
in
But
the
there's an
settings
option
to
there. Yeah.
skip by line or skip by
Well,
whatever else.
my problem with it is, and I'm not gonna spoil anything for you, Trent, but okay, look, so I got on to play for like an hour, right? And I got to that particular spot, and then I
Very
was stuck
bold
there
of you
for
to
another.
think that you're further than Trent in the game.
I haven't done that. I haven't
He hasn't done
finished the
Yeah.
that.
heist.
Yeah.
I'm almost done with it.
So like I
But
played for an
last night it was
hour,
so long.
and I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get off. I'm tired. Go get something to eat, and I couldn't save because I wanted to watch the story, but I couldn't like stop the story without skipping it, and then like I couldn't save in the middle of it. So I was just stuck there for an hour, like almost miserable because I was hungry and I was tired. I know it sounds like I'm bitching, but I don't know, man. That was just tilting. Connor, I think you were in Discord with me when that happened.
Yeah, you're like, well, I guess I'll be back in an hour.
Yeah.
Oh, the thing I was talking about before, Travis, where I thought like the game was glitched. I didn't realize I accidentally hit caps lock, and apparently that's the if you're playing keyboard and mouse, that's just the button to do the search thing. So I just locked it on there and had no clue.
What? scan.
So what is it?
Yeah.
You said caps lock?
Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
You can, so
and you have
either
to hit it
hold-
again to get off of it. You can't do it like
Oh. Yeah, because I
I
was
can
watching your
hit left
stream
bumper
and he was
to
just stuck in fucking scanning mode. He's just
Either
walking
hold
around slow
tab-
as shit.
you hold tab or you press caps lock to just hold it.
Okay, so I was gonna mention that too. I didn't know you could do caps lock because like it was really frustrating. Like just hit
Yeah.
hold and tab.
Tab toggles and caps lock.
Okay, so I didn't know that. That's good to know.
Hold. Same way with
yeah, like I was saying
control
earlier, I think there's a
crouch and
lot of
speed.
stuff that we also just don't know or
Yeah.
like haven't figured out yet as well. Because I've had a couple things where I'm like, I've watched a video of someone explain something, and I'm like, okay, that makes sense. Like I don't know how I didn't think of that.
Yeah. So how many hours of gameplay do you guys have so far?
What's that?
How many hours of gameplay do you guys have?
My last playthrough, I had 23.
I think I only have 11.
7.
That's not counting the 11 that I did or 10 I did the first night.
Yeah, I've got about 7.
I have like 15, I think.
Oh
Fake
man,
ass gamers.
Travis, you
Oh.
might actually beat. Well, you might get closer to Josh's prediction for you.
What did you say? 15 hours? Less than 15?
15 hours, less than 15.
Yeah, I mean, I'm already halfway there pretty much. So
God.
no, I actually like this game though. Like, we'll get to it at the end where we like rate it, but I actually really like it. I know it's got a lot of problems, but I still think it's
When I
top
get
tier game.
to the end, he said.
Uh,
And how long? That's good.
Eric, do you disagree? We can get to that.
Kinda
later.
hard
no.
to
no, are we just gonna get on to like the RPG mechanics of the game?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna bring up next. But at first, I've got a challenge for you guys, just like we did last week. Take a short break and we'll run through this challenge real quick.
Annie,
Um, huh?
Ezreal, Lucian.
I have
Not league related.
a big gripe of mine is that there are not enough romanceable characters.
Met him. Don't.
Here, we'll bring that up next.
No,
We'll
I'm
get
just
to
saying
the-
that in general. Like they hyped up a lot of that, like how relationships affect people, and it's like there's really not
That'll
that
be in
many.
the DLC.
Yeah, so next topic's gonna be the
Oh, there's
RPG
gonna be a
elements
lot.
and like the city
Supposedly.
environment.
Oh wait,
I
I feel like
which
it's more
Good
immersive
job.
for me because there's not a whole lot of options for me in real life either.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh
man.
no.
Hey man,
Real
I know how you
quick,
feel.
onto the Cyberpunk news. There was an article asking about the multiplayer, and they've said it's supposed to be. There's more than likely a chance that they will do it,
No, they announced in June that there was
yeah.
going to be a multiplayer.
and that
Okay.
the people that did the Dying Light zombies whatever thing,
Mhm.
they brought them in to work on it. But
Yeah.
it's supposed to be its own like AAA standalone, is what
Mhm.
they said.
Do
set
people
in
want
the same
this?
universe. I mean, I don't
Definitely
know.
wanted it more than Fallout 76.
I'd
Yeah.
have to see. I'd have to see what it is.
I don't know if I
really.
want to wait for another 7 years.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
No.
Although I think they did say it'd be like 2022 or something. I highly doubt it. I don't know. It wouldn't just. They said, in other words, they just said it wouldn't just be a mode in Cyberpunk 2077. It would be like its own little standalone thing.
Oh, I didn't see that. I thought it was going to be incorporated into the game.
Mm-mm.
No.
Huh.
Nope.
Interesting. All right. So you guys ready for some trivia?
Sure.
Yeah, man.
What's this pertaining to?
All right. So it's all Cyberpunk related.
Well, okay. Good luck, Terrence.
You're muted. Oh,
All right. You guys ready? Go ahead and
Terrence, I
press
hope you win
type 1 in
again.
the chat. Can I get some ones in the chat if you're ready?
Terrence, did you ever win get your other prize?
I'm still
No,
paying
it's
it off.
not.
He hasn't streamed, dude. We're trying to gift him some subs, but he's not streaming.
That's what happens, man. You stream in one sitting for 11 hours, you get a little burnt out, need a break.
Look,
Sometimes you get carried in Halo.
bro, at the end of that Halo run, I was so damn tired. I was falling asleep. And then it glitched out, and then I couldn't move on my screen
Yeah.
anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Connor's
I've
like,
been
run
trolled.
backwards, run backwards. And I'm just sitting there
Like, you've-
frozen on my screen.
You've got the guy following you.
Yeah. All right. Everybody ready?
Yeah.
I'm not ready. All right, here we go. First question. All right, winner gets a prize. I'm not sure what it is yet. We'll come up with something as we
Oh
go.
my God.
What year was Cyberpunk originally announced? No one's got it. Trent was close.
What?
Wait, we're putting in chat. Oh crap!
Wait.
Yeah, you got it.
wasn't even
2077.
ready.
Oh, wait, 7 years ago, people.
Yeah, I knew this 7 years ago. I just didn't know when we were supposed to answer.
I thought it was late 2012 that it was announced, and then the first trailer came out in 2013.
I may be wrong. Let me look.
No,
Uh-oh.
I'm not gonna.
Well, I mean, either
That's-
way, he got 2012 or 2013.
Yeah.
So
What was
Two
first
time.
announced? You're right. You're right. So Trent was right both ways. Cool. All right, that's 1 point for Trent. Let me make a little note of that here. All right.
If I win this, do you give me like 23 followers and get me to affiliate and then give me subs?
Yeah. Yeah, we'll fast track you
Because-
to affiliate, and then I'll give you the subs there.
Thank
That
you.
sound good? All right. Next question. This is an easy one. What's the name of the characters, or what's the title of the characters who primarily give out gigs or quests? Ooh,
Oh.
Terrence, just slightly faster on that one. All right. This next one's pretty easy too. Victor Vector is a crucial character. What profession does he practice? Ooh, Trent on it tonight.
Oh, Victor Vector.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
acting like I pay attention to these characters.
Rip.
All right.
That was the quest I had to reload to get it to work. I'm familiar with that, man.
All right. This one's kind of hard, but you can probably get it pretty easily. Which character in the game has the most dialogue lines outside of V?
Um,
All right, Terrence got it. It's Johnny
what's his
Silverhand.
name? Yeah, that's
Silverhands.
Is it Silverhand?
Silverhand.
I don't
yeah.
remember.
Hand.
He's got silver
Oh,
hands.
just one hand.
Man.
All right. This is also probably pretty easy. What state is Night City set in?
Oh, I don't know actually.
Yeah.
State of depression for me because I can't play it.
I don't know. I actually didn't know.
It's California.
Weird.
So that's 3 points for Terrence. All right.
Good.
We got 3 questions left, guys. That's
Oh.
a race between Trent and Terrence, unless someone gets 2
Damn
in a
it.
row.
Wait, Trent has 3 already?
No, he has 2. You have 3.
Oh, okay.
All right. Next question. This one's a pretty hard one, unless you've kept up with
Okay.
everything. What is the name of the anime series set in the same universe of the game, announced earlier this year? Ooh.
I don't know.
Ooh.
Nobody told me there was an anime.
Yeah, they announced it earlier this year.
Can't spell. Sounds bad.
Ghost of the Show.
I don't fucking know.
Ghost in the Shell. Kinda.
Is that not it though?
No.
What I said?
No.
Damn.
Cyber Uwu. Trent's the closest out of everyone so far.
Are you kidding?
Cyber.
I hope you're joking.
You're the closest. I mean, it's not Akira. Okay, that's the first word. Terrence,
Akira.
what's the second word? Oh, Connor got it.
Oh, Edge Runner.
Yeah.
I've
Wow.
seen
How
the
did you know that one, Connor?
I've
It's really good.
I almost
I
think I
googled it.
the funny thing is I've seen the Edge Runner stuff, but I was thinking of Blade Runner.
Announced
okay.
back in June.
Yeah. All right.
I never saw
Got
that
2 questions
announcement.
left. Terrence still has a lead. What movie was Night City's environment inspired by? Give you a hint. Oh, Trent.
Damn it! I just said it too. I hate myself for saying that out loud.
Alright.
Unless you just knew that one.
So this is a tiebreaker. Only Trent and Terrence can answer this one.
Wait a minute.
Tilted.
This is for all the marbles.
Hang on now.
What?
Y'all had them catch up to me last week.
That is true.
Yeah, that is true.
That is true.
Alright, so you wanna?
And I was ahead by
Alright.
This
we'll
one
make
should be worth 10 points.
10.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, so if you've not
Oh,
answered anything, you should just get the win for knowing this one.
How about we make
Yeah,
it worth
yeah,
2
yeah.
points? That way
Freeloaders.
Connor can catch
My
up.
time to
if he
shine.
gets it. Alright.
Yeah.
We'll make it worth 2 points. That way Connor can tie it if he gets it right.
in my time to shine. What
Alright.
does
This one's
the
kind of
building
difficult.
look like?
This one's pretty difficult. Not really, but it may be for.
Or
I don't know.
for error?
All right, here we go. In what city district is V's apartment in?
Oh fuck.
Ooh.
Well, here goes Trent. Good job, Trent.
I shouldn't answer, should I?
Downtown.
I think I know, but I shouldn't
You can
answer.
answer. Go ahead. Go ahead.
'Cause I can't win anyway.
Fuck.
Isn't it Winston?
Close. Close.
It
Why-
starts with a W, doesn't it?
Oh, Terrence coming in clutch.
Hudson.
Jarred my memory, and he said Winston.
Dang
Surprise,
I knew it
surprise! The
started with
guy
a
with
W.
the most hours in the game won the trivia.
Wow.
I can't believe I got that wrong.
Rigged.
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 I mean, if
Cyberpunk.
anything, it really wasn't fair. Travis should have talked to me first and let me make the trivia questions.
True.
But
Yeah,
then
and then
can
you
answer.
Yeah, then you can answer though.
Yeah,
What
that
was
would
the
have been
weapon
fine.
Terrence
That
was
would've been
most
fine.
hyped about in the entire game? It was easy mantis blades.
Yeah. If you guys want to know, I know a secret on how to get legendary mantis blades
Oh, a secret.
Here,
without having to do anything.
turn.
Lightsaber. What's the
No,
secret?
it's in City Center. There's a psycho, what is it called? A cyber psycho mission there where you don't even have to fight the person. You can just like sneak in and get the loot and then leave.
You said
Not
it's
really
in
sure why they did
City
it that
Center?
way, but it's pretty busted though that you can do that.
I'm gonna have to do that. I think
Kind
I'm
of
gonna-
made up for all the other stuff.
Yeah, I think
I'm
gonna-
not using them anymore, so
Are you not?
no. I'm gonna do the what I originally wanted to do and just be mostly stealth.
I gotcha.
Also, I had literally 0 points in any combat stats, like in weapons, like at all. Like I didn't upgrade my pistols, my assault rifles, or anything like that, which you technically don't have to. But they do work a little better.
Terrence, you almost completely disappeared, my dude.
Yeah, that's what happens when you have no lights. Your lights off.
Do you need your seat?
Sorry, I'm not
come
saying
back.
behind a damn. Dude, I need you to get me something.
Okay. I'll look at our budget and see what we can come up
Hey,
with.
if you come to Home Depot on aisle 41, we have some lamps.
Nice.
Actually,
I
I
need
actually
one.
got
Actually. I thought I had one.
I'll show you what I got. I mean, it's kind of shitty, but I only paid like $20 for it.
I need a new desk.
The ring light.
No, it's just like a $20 lamp, and these Philips bulbs, they're color changing, controlled with the app. I got them on clearance for like $16.
Yeah,
So
2
pretty cool.
bulbs.
Yeah,
I thought
Yeah, they
about
actually
buying
work
some
pretty good.
more.
they're pretty good.
That's what I
Are we
have
gonna
in
be
my
sponsored by Home Depot?
my lamp. But
Yeah.
yeah, we're gonna be sponsored by Wise
Yeah.
Wise light bulbs.
All right. Next topic. This is our last topic before we give our we become game critics and rate the game. So the RPG elements and the night city environment. Eric, I think you had some stuff you wanted to talk about.
Yeah, so I think this game is closer to something like GTA than to an actual hardcore role-playing game. Like, I feel like there's not a lot of choices you actually make in the story. Maybe it changes. I could be wrong. Terrence will
does.
probably correct
Oh
me.
yeah, it does. Cause
But
I've seen things where
in-
people make certain decisions and it changes everything. It's
Yeah, but
weird. It's hard
15
to know though.
In 15 hours in, I don't feel like I've made any meaningful decisions with siding with any characters or anything like that. I feel like it's just kind of
I
the
can agree
beat
with
that they predefined.
It's
Just
sti-
like it's
they're giving you the option to make it feel like you are, but it's still predefined.
yeah. And another thing I have a problem with is there's no reputation system at all with any of the gangs. So
Yeah,
there's no
that's what
real
I was
reason
gonna
to
say.
care about the gangs at all.
Yeah.
And this
I just walked up and
maybe I
killed.
thought this was gonna be a different game than what it was, but when you have a game that's based on a tabletop RPG, you kind of expect this stuff to be in there.
Yeah. I was definitely hoping to be able to, bang the set, but for whatever reason, not able to. I can't run up to some tiger claws and throw up 6th Street. So it's very
Yeah.
unfortunate.
And
So I completely agree with that for sure.
I don't know if I'm correct or not, but I don't think any of the stats influence any of the dialogue options you can make, which is kind of crazy for an RPG.
I've only
Oh,
seen
what?
where you pick like Street Kid or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, like your origin
But
story.
I'm
Will.
still in the
Oh,
prologue.
are you talking about the dialogue stuff?
Yeah, like let's say you're an intelligence character, and
I
like
feel like I've
for
seen that maybe
example,
once.
I've had cool prompts for my
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's about it.
seen it
Yeah, that's
very
about it. I think it
few.
just lets you add, like, from when I watched the video, the guy said it literally is just feels like it just lets you add more insight to what's going on.
yeah,
Or like
and
someone tries to say something to you and you're like, oh, I know what this is, like, and that's about it.
it's kind of disappointing when you have an origin system in it,
Yeah.
and it's different.
It's
but
not that much. It's very light.
yeah, but my problem with it is that I thought that would be like what you define your character as, kind of like in,
Yeah.
for example, Dragon Age Origins, I think, where you made meaningful choices in the origin system. But this is
Yeah.
just like a predefined path. Every
Yeah.
V is the same, and it's kind of disappointing to me. Very disappointing to me, actually.
I would have liked,
Especially coming
like
from
you
the people
said,
that
if
made
there was a, like, I love RPG games, and that's a reason I was so excited for this. I do wish, like, it mattered more, or you could add other things on top of your personality. Um, because, like you said, it kind of feels like you're just role playing the same character no matter what you do.
Yeah, and like a lot of the options are kind of weird. At that, like it kind of railroads into this path where like, no, I don't care if I die. I want to be a legend. I want to go out in a blaze of glory. Like maybe that's not what I envisioned for my character at all. Why are you making me pick these choices?
It's like some of the options.
It's just
you're
like a reoccurring theme that I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the big part of that is also just the storytelling that they are doing with Johnny Silverhand, because that was part of his thing. Because you go into the game like, oh, it's Keanu Reeves, and then like you kind of start to understand when you talk to him and stuff that he's still a person. Like, he's not just this figure that needs to be idolized like he is, and he has his faults. Because you can see when you talk to anyone from like Arasaka, or if any of them talk about him, like, often they're calling him a terrorist and that's it. And then you hear from other like certain NPCs and they're like, oh, he's a legend, yada yada yada, all that. So I feel like that's part of the storytelling, personally. But
Maybe
Yeah,
because
later
he
in
that's
the
all I
is
game.
got.
he
It
is like kind of, it's, I think it is kind of a bland way to do it, though. I would agree with Eric on that.
I haven't
Uh,
progressed far enough in the game to even have any reasonable like
Yeah, I mean,
options
maybe it
yet.
gets better
Anyways,
early, but I do feel like the RP element is pretty flat as far as
Yeah, it's
people
definitely
affecting it.
not that.
to the point.
I mean,
to
other
where-
games are kind of like that too, but this game wasn't supposed to be that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
like
if
How much
like
it
the
wasn't
life
what we
path
thought it was going to
thing,
be.
from what I had read before the game launched, like you're supposed to have more, I guess, options as far as like I've only had like a few dialogue options so far, like, and it's just like a basic like nomad statement that I can say.
Yeah.
So I don't
and
know.
it's
It's
so
more of a flavor thing, I think. It's not really like supposed to be deciding your whole game. But like, say when you meet a certain character if they're into like tech stuff, you can, and you have a like the tech skill high enough, you can say, oh, like, hey, I like this, or yeah, I know why this is doing that. Um, cool is pretty much your charisma. Um, so you can be witty or intelligence. Same thing with like the tech stuff, pretty much, and
I think
body and so on and so forth.
I think my best example of like uneventful choices would be everyone's done the prologue, right?
I think
Yeah, I've
What do you
already done
mean?
it.
Prince
Like,
I don't
everyone
think Travis
else.
has.
What I could.
Oh yeah.
I don't think this is spoilers necessarily. I don't think this is spoilers for the prologue at all, but there's a point where one of the characters is like, "Hey, don't help out that guy. Help out me. I'll give you We'll split it half and half." And I'm like, "Oh, okay. Well, I want money. Let's do the half and
Yeah,
half thing." And you never get that option to
Oh
actually
yeah.
like
Yeah.
to not help out the main fixer guy. I'm just like, "Oh, okay. Why pretend like you were gonna give me this choice when you didn't at all?"
I think that's again, that's just to kind of sell the story. So you might feel like
You would have that
they're
option.
if
railroading you.
something didn't, yeah, if something didn't happen the way you thought it was gonna happen, it's just gonna be even more disappointing for you. So it's gonna evoke some type of emotion. You're either gonna be really pissed off or like just
think I think
disappointed. But
that's the issue though. Is
it it,
there
it just ended up disappointing in general. That your decision really didn't
yeah,
matter.
And
like, hey, here's the decision. We're
a
gonna do
major
absolutely
character
nothing with it.
dies in the prologue, and there's no way to save him. He just dies. That doesn't feel very RPG like to me. Like,
Really?
I mean
Yeah, I
that
was gonna
there
say that
kind
sounds
of
like a lot of RPGs I've played.
depends on whether or not they're. I mean, that's to progress the story probably, but like having being given options, like dialogue options,
Mhm.
selecting it, expecting it to then branch off. Maybe it's just because it's the prologue that it's not doing it
Mhm.
or whatnot. Maybe further in, it'll actually start branching. But if that's the case, other than I mean, there's no telling how many hours to like 100% this kind of game.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And if like the dialogue options don't branch off and whatnot, well, depending on who you are, it could like reduce the amount of replayability because it's like, well, I've already seen, I've picked that option. I mean, what's going to change?
Mhm.
Because usually, like, take the Mass Effect games, like, you can take so many different options there, and
Yeah.
usually different stuff happens and whatnot, and
I
you
would
can replay.
say something I've like heard about
Or
from
the
someone
KOTOR
else's
games.
playthrough is that um you convince a guy to do a certain thing, and then like you meet him again later on in the story or whatever, and the guy's like he lost his job because he did what you like convinced him to do. But
Yeah,
besides that, there's not like much that I've seen.
nothing to the main story. That's where it could be bad, is if like your decisions along the main story path aren't
Mhm.
actually mattering and aren't
Yeah.
branching. So it's like, why am I replaying this if I'm just going to get the same outcome?
Yeah.
Which is kind of going to suck because this is a huge game and there's a lot to do in it, a lot of different cool builds that you can do.
Yeah.
But if you are just going to get the same outcome because they're railroading you and giving you the perception that you're making decisions, then it's
Yeah.
pretty bad.
I was gonna make the
Considering this is coming
comparison.
from the Witcher 3 people.
Yeah, I was gonna make the comparison of like Cyberpunk and Mass Effect. Um, I think like if you look at the two side by side, they're fairly similar. Um, I feel like you're talking about like the dialogue and the RPG elements in Mass Effect are like way more in depth, but like everything else like kind of pales in comparison. But like, I wish this had a little bit more of that RPG element that the Mass Effect games have.
Wait. What do you mean? Because I prefer the combat of Mass Effect 2 to this game.
Do you really?
Yes,
You
100%.
said Mass Effect 2.
Yes.
Well, they also had Mass Effect 1, where like there
Mass
was a
Effect 1's
Mass
was
Effect
horrible.
1. Yeah, and then that combat system is
It was bad, but they
Yeah.
definitely improved it in 2 and 3.
I feel like the combat so far, what I've
hard.
seen,
It
is
pers- like literally today, like earlier today, is my first, or well, actually last night
I'm in
was
the
like the
car
first
to
time
go
I've
do the
met them.
heist.
Yeah,
Does anyone? This is kind of a funny little tangent. This isn't really a criticism, but does anyone feel like people just call you and you have no idea who the hell they even are?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Trying
they
to
do
get
that a
you to
lot.
do shit.
that's what
How'd
the
you get
street
this
cred's
number?
for, man.
I'm like, who the hell are you? How the hell did you get this number?
Why do I have to answer your phone
That's
call?
another thing. People, they don't really. I don't know if maybe I could have just missed it, or we all could have missed it. They don't exactly explain the street cred that well.
No.
Coming
Like
from Mr. Level 30 over there.
20.
Nah,
thank
I
you.
just kind of
Street
No,
cred
get it.
level 30.
Trent. Trent
Oh,
had
he's
30,
level
right?
30.
No.
Oh,
Yep.
one
Oh, I thought you said
RPG
Mass Effect.
mechanic that I really like about this game is to level up and stuff. You do it. I love it when it
Yeah.
does that in games. That's actually
You
a
have to actually
good
use it.
RPG element
Yeah.
that the game does. Yeah.
Yeah. You
I
actually gotta
definitely
be
agree though
focused.
that I wish they would have added more RPG elements to the game and decisions. I don't know. The last game that I was looking to play that promised that your decisions would change your environment was Dying Light 2, and that still hasn't come out, so it's pushed back indefinitely. So my heart hurts.
I never played any of those. Maybe I should.
Yeah.
Do you ever wonder if CD Projekt Red was just like, you know what? Creating a game in the Cyberpunk universe would be a fantastic idea, and then got lost in creating
Yeah.
this amazing world and didn't have the story to go along with it to make it a really good RPG?
Yeah.
I mean, that's
I do like
again,
the story so far though. Like
I do too,
the
but
things
I'm
you
not
have to
very
do.
far.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, the game just has so much fucking personality. It's insane.
Oh yeah.
Like,
The city, yeah.
yeah, that's like the good part of the game.
They
The
did a
game-
really good job to me at incorporating different what's the word, cultures in general. Like
Yeah.
you can definitely see the difference between when you're dealing with like the Tiger Claws, Sixth Street. The Maelstroms are their own little thing.
Yeah. This is like a
Um,
little thing, but I love how when characters talk in different languages, it'll show their language, and
Yeah,
as they
it gives-
talk,
Yes,
it'll translate
Yeah.
to English. I
so
think
cool.
that's so cool.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
on the city piece, like the environment piece, I think that's probably my favorite part about the game so far, is just like the city environment. And
Uh-huh.
they actually brought
it's not
on
clicking.
like legit city planners, like on payroll, to design the city, like even down to the traffic patterns and everything. Like
Mm-hmm.
it was like legit city designers that they brought
I just
on.
run
So
everywhere.
that's
I'm
pretty cool.
driving.
Like,
I
I
know
love
the
how
traffic laws.
different all the clubs are. The clubs are like my favorite locations in the game because they're
Yeah.
all so unique. They all have so much personality, and yeah, they're great.
I don't know, like the fact that there's the lack of well, as far as we know, a lack of the RPG elements makes you wonder if they had to kind of scrap to get the game out.
They scrapped a
definitely-
lot. I'm
Yeah.
for sure they scrapped a
customized.
lot because I didn't even know about the car customization that
Yeah.
Trent was talking about.
just wanna
But I
customize
did
my
know
car.
about, like,
Yeah.
I was pretty sure I saw the thing in a preview where, like, part of the monowire stealth stuff, you could connect it to someone and hack them or whatever. But also, like, I knew for sure the Mantis Blade, like, wall climbing thing got taken out of the game.
I want to
So
make
I'm
car
pretty
black,
sure.
or
I'm
make
pretty
my
sure
car
they
black
scrapped a
with
lot.
black wheels. That's all I want.
Maybe
No matter
DLC.
what vehicle.
I mean,
no
they
matter what
did say
vehicle
they
I buy.
had a lot of free DLC and updates
Yeah.
to come along with paid DLC, of course. But
And hopefully they practice like we were talking about other games, like, was it No Man's Sky? Is that what you said?
yeah, A
that
lot was
and
promised with that, and
yeah,
well, you saw how
hopefully
it turned
they
out.
expand and do better like other games did.
Yeah, I want expansions like what The Witcher had, where like Blood and Wine is like an entirely new fucking game. Like it's a 30-hour game. Like I want stuff like that rather than like I don't know, new hairstyle, $5.99 please.
I mean,
For
that
the
could be
love of
well.
God,
Please
please
God
add more
no.
hairstyles.
I don't think
I
they
mean,
will.
That
I
should
don't
just
think.
be a free update.
Yeah, I don't think like I don't think CD Projekt Red is gonna be like microtransaction kind of deal.
Pretty sure they already said they weren't doing that.
I think
Yeah,
they promised that they wouldn't have microtransactions,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
They
but
promised a lot of.
that's how
That's
they
a
get
good way to
away.
get your game tanked these games. I mean, like these days, like
That's how
the
to
taking
get
strat.
around if they do the online version. If they do it a separate game, that's how they get around that whole statement, right? And can put microtransactions in that, like the card sharks or whatever in GTA Online.
They want it to fail, yeah. Because it'll be worse than this for sure. The backlash will be like
I mean,
much worse.
depending on the multiplayer game, if it's an actual story, maybe that would be cool to play. But if it's
I have
just
no
like
interest in it.
PvP wise, then I could care less.
It'll probably be kind of like
If it was like
uh,
GTA Online,
if
I would
it's
want to play it.
Maybe
if it's
it's like
personally.
Division.
if it's the people that did Dying Light, then it sounds good because you could do co-op missions. Like most of Dying Light's like
Yeah.
online thing was co-op. It wasn't just
Yeah.
doing like the simple
Competitive.
stuff. Yeah, it wasn't really like PvP style stuff. You could do that, but it was mostly like just doing co-op missions with each other. Kind of like how Far Cry's was as well.
yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So, you guys ready to move on to our ratings of the game?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, sure.
Prologue is pretty okay.
With a big asterisk that says most of us don't have more than 20 hours.
Oh yeah,
except
yeah.
for
No, no,
Tim.
no.
Yeah.
No, this is like a super like early
This is
rating.
like ranking the NBA before preseason starts and all the trades that have gone through.
Yeah.
This is picking the number one NALCS team.
Yeah.
Now let's see what hang on before we give our
Team Liquid.
rankings. Let's see what
Liquid.
the major sites have ranked them or rated the game so far. All right, so it's got a 4 out of 10 on IGN.
Ooh.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
Wait, isn't that the PlayStation version? The PC version they gave a 9.
Oh, is that they? Okay, I didn't know they split it up.
Yeah.
yeah.
Travis, which version are you gonna rate?
The Commodore 64 version.
Can you make all your content on an unboxing of?
This
Of
is how you
Cyberpunk?
download the game. This is how you request Steam to return it.
Just a little funny
Whole video.
tangent.
Make a
There
bunch
are
of help
people
links, help
legitimately
videos.
mad that this game didn't come to the Switch. Could you imagine this game
Oh
on
my
the
God.
Switch?
Oh god.
No.
My Switch lags sometimes making an arena on Smash.
How many?
Oh
how
my
many?
God.
How many memory cards would you have to have?
All right,
Oh
so
yeah.
IGN, the PC version is a 9 out of 10. Metacritic, same thing, 90%. PC Mag's rated at 3.5 out of 5. So pretty positive ratings from the mainstream guys, but we're more informed and have a lot more hours in the game.
What?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
So-
maybe.
Probably.
Yeah, that
Especially
might
me.
be true. That definitely might be true.
All right, so
We
we'll
press start, so yeah.
so run down in order. So Coco, give us your thoughts.
I like the out of 5 stuff
Out-
better. I'd give it a 4 out of 5 right now. That whole one is being taken away from the like issues people are having. My experience personally, I'd say 4.5 out of 5.
What's 2 out of 10?
Okay, a 9.5 or 9.
A
Jesus.
nine?
So I said just double it.
Okay,
Yeah,
Fractions.
essentially.
9 out of 10.
Put that out of, now put that out of 100.
Explain it to me like I'm 5.
But yeah,
get
like
that and
I haven't had like crazy issues or anything, but
I need you to
like
write me an essay
that's
on that.
extremely biased from me though, because
Yeah.
just for the fact that I haven't had those issues that other people have had.
Yeah.
I didn't even have the day one issues, so
All right. Ryoman, what's your rating?
Um, this is a good score. Before I say the score, I just wanna
It's
say this
starting
is a
off
good
anyway. It
score.
doesn't matter. We'll
I'd
revisit this probably in like a month or a couple
I'd
weeks.
I'd give what I've played of the game right now, just what I've played, probably a 7.5.
That's fair.
I mean, I think that's fair. Like, I don't see an issue with that, honestly.
All right. Um, Trav, from your character customization screen that you've got through, what would you rate it?
They had red hair.
Yeah.
Hell no.
From the character customization screen, 6 out of 10. No heterochromia. What I wanted. Couldn't make 2 different
That's
outfits.
true, dude.
Yeah, that's terrible. What the hell? Come on,
Yeah.
guys. Wait, I want to bump my
couldn't even-
score down. 5 out of 10.
You
Nah,
couldn't
you're locked
even
in at
change your
7.5.
have. Yeah, your hair colors were horrible.
Shoutouts to Code Vein, dude. Best
Yeah.
customization.
I wanted like Code Vein level, but more of character
God.
customization. Yeah.
Let me just put a horn right there in the middle.
Yeah.
So what's your
Exactly.
score then, Travis?
I feel like if I could actually get it going, it'd probably be like an 8 out of 10 for me.
Which, speaking of the cybernetic customizations on the character, were pretty bad.
Yeah, I was gonna say we didn't even go through that either.
Pretty
I think.
bad. I mean,
Like cyberware.
Oh
yeah,
yeah. Yeah, that was
pretty bad. Pretty bad options.
Wait, what's pretty bad?
The
The,
cyberware options that he was talking about.
on the character creation?
Oh, okay, yeah, you're talking about the very first
Oh.
menu.
Like, do you want
Yeah.
lines on your face or not? And that's it.
Yeah.
Do you want
Yeah.
those weird looking maybe glasses kind of?
The thing is
Wreck
though,
your eyes.
I was wondering about that until I got more cyberware and then I understood. Your body changes when you get more cyberware.
Okay, I was wondering about that.
Yeah, so like when I got mantis blades, you can like clearly see where like where it's set up in your arm.
Someone cut Terrence's like face out and just put it on a mantis. For me, please.
I'm not doing that build anymore, man.
All right. So
It's all
it's,
about the monowire now.
Trent, what's your rating?
Like
I'm
9.
gonna say something kind of like Terrence did. Overall, as a general rating, I would probably give it about a 6.5 because of all of the people that are having so many issues with it. But personally, my experience, I'm probably going to give it about an 8 so far, an 8 to an 8.5, because I'm really enjoying it. I only have 12 hours in it, but I haven't had an issue with it, and I'm enjoying the atmosphere and everything. I'm interested to see if the RPG does develop a little bit, but I don't mind the combat, and most of my bugs that I've run into are cosmetic. None of them have really been game breaking. So
I have a quick question for everybody. Does the way V sleep? Do you think that's a glitch or is he just a sociopath?
dude, that
Wait, I have another. I have another picture for that.
Oh, yeah. All right. So while you're pulling that up, Vath, what's your rating?
6.41 because
6?
that's how much I've played. That's how many hours and minutes I've played.
Is that your actual rating though?
No, well, having since I didn't have any of the day one issues. I've had very few, maybe one, two. I could probably count how many like visual glitches or problems I've had on like one hand, maybe two if I thought hard about it. Yeah, I mean, as far as I am into the game, that's my rating is probably going to be up higher personally because I haven't had any issues. Maybe
Right.
8.5, something like that. But then again, I'm just now at the beginning. of the heist with six and something hours played. So I mean, it's not really much.
How did you spend 6 hours before doing the heist?
Dude,
Side
I'm
quest.
I'm
I'll turn around
halfway.
doing side quests.
I'm halfway through the
Oh, you can do
launch,
side quests before
yeah.
you get out to the open world?
Well,
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can do
Oh.
side jobs
Yeah.
immediately. That's what I
Yeah.
did.
Oh, well, actually, yeah. You can just roam around and pick up side quests, yeah. And I ain't picked up that many side quests to begin with.
I think I hit street cred level 10 before I was level 5 overall because I
Yeah.
just kept doing. Just
And
running
the
around.
last one, literally, I just hit like level 20, and I'm at 30 street cred. Like, so yeah.
I've only had one person T-pose, and I really think I might need to lower my score because I've only had one person T-pose.
I haven't had
He's
any.
really in it for the T-pose.
Yeah, it's disappointing, you know. I expect
Yeah.
a buggy game. I want some T-poses, dang it.
All right, so I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10.
What?
That-
Interesting.
You can pet
After
that,
crashing your
so,
computer.
so mine
Well-
is definitely gonna stay at a strong 8.5.
So look, I have like we talked about it already. Like I think they're gonna fix the game, and add to
But
it.
yeah, you got to talk about it right now. Not
Even
what they
right
could
now,
maybe
I mean,
do.
even right now, besides like the really tilting hour long
Cutscene,
cutscene
updating
that I
your
was tilted through,
computer.
I really do enjoy the game, and I think the thing that's boosting it to a 9 for me is the city environment is just so cool and so unique. Um, I just haven't seen a game like it before, and I think that alone, because I'm still enjoying the combat and everything.
Eric, can you fact check that real quick?
Fact check what?
We haven't had like a
It's-
major
we
title
haven't
game
seen
in
a
the
game like
Cyberpunk
this.
universe. I mean,
Yeah, we have.
One thing that
What?
throws me off definitely though is that certain characters clearly are not voiced by the person of that same ethnicity. And it's
oh yeah,
very shocking sometimes. Like Regina Jones, it's
Yeah.
like really weird. And then it was straight up a black woman voicing like an Asian lady in a clothing shop that I went to. It was like,
Wait, maybe
this
if we
is
turn
so
around and turn
strange.
back, like Eric
No,
said.
it doesn't change. I
Dude,
tried.
Dude, they probably throw that shit in like the lotto ball
A
thing.
randomizer, yeah.
Yeah, dude. They're like, oh, you're gonna have this voice.
Yeah,
Probably.
that's
There's
pretty
like a
funny.
code that assigns it.
Yeah, and
That's
then
pretty.
the last thing that I wanted to talk about is just like how successful the marketing for this game was. Um,
Oof.
so just to get perspective, so they had a $314 million budget on the game. 50% of that was development costs and 50% was marketing. So they put a ton of money into it as far as marketing goes, and I think it like paid off
How
tenfold.
much of that went to Kiana?
Yeah,
Well, I'm sure
definitely.
he got paid a pretty penny, and I think that was probably their best move as far as marketing goes, is getting uh, Keanu.
No, you're beautiful.
I mean,
No,
just
it's
think about it.
breathtaking.
They couldn't have picked a better person. Like he's so in touch with the gaming community and like so well respected from everybody.
Also, think he did. I know a lot of I've seen a lot of people talking about saying like he felt his performance was kind of stiff next to like the other people's,
Yeah,
but
I did see
I
that.
feel like that's a big part of the character himself and Johnny Silverhand because
I mean,
he's he pretty much is a sociopath, like, and it's not like he was supposed to be like. I think I talked about it like in that video I made where I wasn't sure if he was actually supposed to be a good guy or whatever. Like everyone was coming in thinking like off the start, and I feel like his like personality. I think he played the character how he definitely should have.
Yeah. No, I think he did good. And like just like the music, like they got big names to do all the music. I just think all around like the marketing
Also,
success was just like one of the biggest things going for this game.
I don't know if you guys have experienced this at all, but like, does the music sometime not play for you, or you feel like it's not playing?
I don't know. I have it turned off because DMCA.
Yeah,
I haven't experienced that yet, personally.
Okay, that might just be like the one bug that I've really had then.
just the music doesn't play.
Sometimes, yeah, I feel like it should be playing in an action sequence, and it's not playing. It's not like a main story action sequence, but the
The
music tends to play like even in the like side jobs and stuff.
opening cutscene where they're just flashing through like all the different stuff, and then a year passes or whatever.
Hmm.
Uh,
Oh, is that how long
having
that is?
I think it's what it said. Having the music turned off
Never paid
during that
attention.
is
But that makes it
It's like
awkward.
a slideshow.
the most awkward thing ever. I was like, "What's happening?" There's probably some like good music playing during that, and I'm just like kind of awkwardly watching this happen.
Yeah. Hopefully in this playthrough I can pick up knives when I throw them, because this character is like gonna be built around that mostly.
All right.
One thing I wanted to touch upon, I guess, because I'm epileptic, and there was a big fuss over that.
Yeah.
And it was specific with the brain dance sequences, and I didn't
Mhm.
even get lightheaded or dizzy or anything. So I don't know, but I haven't had an epileptic seizure since I was like 12 years old. So I might,
Well, they did patch it too.
Yeah, they also patched that.
Yeah. That was like a day one patch.
I don't gotta change my rating now. 10 out of 10. How thoughtful.
Yeah, it didn't kill me. 10 out of 10. Best game.
They're so thoughtful, man.
Oh wait, yeah, I should probably change mine. Didn't try to change my time settings to get the game early, and had a bunch of bugs. 10 out of 10.
I didn't either, but I still had bugs. I still couldn't
Didn't
play the
play it
game
before
at
the day
first.
one patch. 10 out of 10.
Yeah. Oh
Alright.
yeah, that too.
So our official average rating.
Average comes to 10 out of 10.
The Tri Galaxy
Nice.
TV official rating is 8.25 out of 10. There you go.
Yeah, bringing down the average.
That's a true that's a true rating right there. What does IGN know? Who are those guys?
Not
again?
much, honestly.
Yeah,
True,
not
true.
much, honestly.
I am a big fan of their
Get
Snapchat
it.
show though. Snapchat show's very good.
Oh, is it?
Like Keem Alonso and
Oh my
Sydney Goodman.
goodness.
Big fan of them.
All right. So, any closing remarks, topics you guys want to cover for we?
This
Call.
Browns Ravens game is wild right now.
The Browns still winning?
No, it's 42-42.
Wow.
Oh,
Lamar came back out of the locker room and led a touchdown.
Nice.
then
He
the
would
Browns-
start throwing touchdowns and stuff after I dropped him.
And now the Browns just drove and scored a touchdown. So
He's averaging like 19.9 points. I drop him and he starts doing well.
All right. So we'll go ahead and wrap it up here. So, thank you guys
Colin,
for being here.
Did we not talk about the other stuff?
What?
The fact that I can't just romance whoever.
No, we
that's
didn't talk
for
about
another
that.
time.
Neither can I.
Same.
man.
Oh
Oof.
man.
Wait, in game or
Yeah, maybe we're just
Oh,
role
we're
playing.
talking about a game? What?
Maybe we're just role playing
I need to
somebody
teach
with
you
like
hypnosis. That's how I got Meg.
no? You're just doing romance on
hypnosis.
hard mode. Romance on hard mode.
So how does that make you feel, not being able to romance anyone?
Pretty sad, honestly. I mean, mostly because I picked this. I picked Corpo first, and I was like, oh,
Give me some fine,
it has some nice options, and then nothing.
nice options.
Yeah,
Alright.
dude, I want my lady to have a good job, where she has to worry about getting murdered every day.
All right, so if you guys are watching this, I want to shout out our fellow streamers here. So Coco, what is your Twitch handle?
Coco Van Dam, LOL.
All right, so twitch.tv/Coco Van Dam, LOL. Trent J Moore is officially coming back in the game, the stream game. What is your Twitch there?
It's the same. It's Trent J. Moore.
All right,
Anything, you'll always find me on just typing in Trent J. Moore.
all right. So our goal is to get Trent to affiliate in the next week. So
Onlyfans.com.
twitch.tv/Trent
Trent J.
J
Moore.
Moore. Drop a follow. And then, of course, we've got Mr. Caveman, Vath0, twitch.tv/Vath0.
Boonga.
So make sure to follow these guys. They're all
Hey,
great
wait a minute. Where's
streamers.
my shout out, dude? Come on, bro.
Do you stream?
You a streamer?
Yeah, I streamed once.
Okay, what's your Twitch?
Twitch.tv/Roman. RYOMAN.
All right, give him a follow. He might stream next year, maybe.
I just want to give
Stay
a quick
tuned.
shout out to Streamlabs because they remembered my profile settings from 3 years ago.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Loaded.
What did you stream? What is this?
No, I
Fate-
used to. Roman, is that your name?
Yeah. I streamed a
Fate Stella.
Dynasty Warriors game, basically,
Yeah.
for like 30 minutes because it was boring.
Hey, let me show this real quick. This picture that
Network error. Nice. Let me refresh.
on the stream.
Travis. That's a.
Bro, look, this is scuffed right
What
What
here.
am I looking at, dude?
What is
are you
happening?
There you go. Here we go. Boom.
What has happened?
Oh my god, that
There
picture.
was a network error. Please try again.
Refresh.
Where is that character so I can romance? That's dummy thick right there.
Oh man.
That's probably how he sleeps.
Oh my god.
All right. Well, that's it. Thank you for joining us. Really appreciate all our viewers. Shout out to all the YouTube viewers. All 6 of you. Really appreciate it.
Wait, are you affiliated?